Playing with rockets is great when you're a kid. But when it's time to get a mortgage, you quickly realize that a rocket is complicated and expensive. It's best to work with an independent mortgage broker instead. They're dedicated to getting you a home loan faster and more affordably. And they're more than just mortgage experts. They live right in your own neighborhood, so you don't have to go it alone. For mortgages that are faster, easier, and more affordable, find a local independent mortgage broker near you.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Jason Bates, owner of Electrum Financial, where a mortgage is not just a flip of the coin. So if you're looking to purchase or refinance in the state of Arizona, I certainly would love the opportunity to earn your business. So please reach out to me. Or if you know any friends or family that are looking to purchase or refinance, please share this video with them. Give us that thumbs up if you're on YouTube, and share the video with your friends and family. So I want to jump right into today's video. This is an important one. I get to ask this all the time about title. What is title? What does it mean? Why do I need it? All that sort of stuff. So hopefully we're going to answer that for you in this video. But before we do that, I do have a short video here. So bear with us here to help kind of break the ice here with the title company. So let's play that video here real quick. Let me pull it up and let's get right to it.
Buying or selling a home is one of life's biggest decisions. And while technology has improved the way people find a home, the home closing process is still stuck in the past. As a real estate agent, it's difficult to stay informed of your transaction progress, which can cause last-minute scrambling and delays. Even worse, your buyers and sellers lack transparency as to where they are in the process, are stuck sifting through paperwork, and even hand-delivering checks, all making for a slow, archaic, and cumbersome process. Meet Endpoint, a next-generation title and escrow company. Endpoint intelligently redesigns the home closing experience by combining the latest technology with a team of industry experts. With Endpoint, you get instant access to all your closing needs, no matter where you are. Real-time push notifications and progress tracking keep everyone up to date, so you're always in the loop. Buyers can complete their earnest money deposit on mobile or desktop, and both buyers and sellers can quickly submit information using smart forms. We've simplified the process by streamlining document submission. Throughout the entire transaction, our dedicated team of title and escrow experts are always a tap away. And when it comes to closing time, we'll send mobile notaries to your buyers and sellers at no extra cost, so they can sign when and where they want. With these modern features, a simplified process, and a dedicated team of experts, you'll always know that everything is under control, allowing you to focus on the important things. That's why we started Endpoint, to make you look good and help your clients move into the next phase of their lives as quickly and easily as possible. Endpoint, a smarter way to close.
All right, there we go. Endpoint Title. And I'm happy to have Tiffany here with Endpoint Title to help explain the ins and outs of Endpoint Title and what title is in general. So, hey, thanks for being a part of the show today, Tiffany.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, cool. We had some technical difficulties, but we don't talk about that because this is a new video. Just the joy of technology. But we're going to talk about some good technology today, and how tech is changing title and escrow, because it is changing. You know, I had last week, there was a mortgage company that said, hey, look, if you're a mortgage company out there and you're looking to go an IPO or you're looking to go public, you better keep up with technology. Consumers are demanding it. And so this title company is taking the bull by the horn, so to speak here, and adopting some of the technology that's out there to help with the ease of process. It's so difficult. A mortgage transaction doesn't need to be, but sometimes it is. So Tiffany, take it from there. Tell us a little bit about, I don't know, we didn't do this on the last one, but tell me a little bit about your background a little bit and why we need title and what is it?
Okay. Well, I've been in the lending and title industry for about 18 years. And when I saw Endpoint, I knew that I had to be a part of what they were doing. They're changing title and escrow permanently and doing really great things for buyers and sellers. So as you know, especially with COVID, consumer expectations have changed drastically. So consumers want things immediately, they want to know exactly what's going on, and they want convenience. So in traditional title and escrow, you go through this real estate process and you're doing DocuSign, you've got all these cool tech features, and then you get to title and escrow and it's like the 90s. So Endpoint, we were created to really address that and to really address the fact that if real estate agents are going to stay relevant, they have to provide good service throughout the entire transaction to their clients. So, title and escrow is kind of one of those things that nobody really knows what it is or why they need it. But in California, for example, you have a title company and an escrow company, and they're separate. In Arizona, we do that together. We do title and escrow as one company. So the title policy is what protects you from someone trying to come and take your house after you've already purchased it. So we make sure there's no liens, there's no, encumbrances, there's nothing wrong with the title. It's a clear title. And then we ensure that against anyone coming after you later. So if someone were to say, no, that's my property, then we would handle all the costs associated with fighting that in court or anything that needed to happen. So the lenders require that you have a title policy because they want to make sure that their investment is secure as well while you're paying your mortgage. As far as escrow is the process of pulling together all the different parts of a transaction. So collecting an earnest money deposit, getting all the information about the HOAs, homeowners insurance, and then getting all the lender docs together, and then facilitating the closing. So those are the two parts of title and escrow together that we handle all within Endpoint. We're a full service title and escrow company. And some people will ask, well, are you guys just an app? And we're not. We have all the professionals behind the scenes. We understand that, title and escrow is not an ATM transaction. There's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. So we have both the technology that just supports our escrow officers to help them do the important things like clearing title and closing your files on time.
Yeah, title is much more. I don't think a lot of people understand. It's kind of a behind the scenes kind of thankless job. Sometimes I refer to the loan officer as a thankless job because the realtor is the one who gets to hand the keys to the consumer and they're happy and they're clapping and balloons are out and all that kind of stuff. But title and loan officers sometimes don't get that happiness. So it's much more than just an app for sure. Okay, so let's talk about purchases here a little bit. And I'm glad you explained, escrow and all that kind of stuff, because if you're watching outside of the state of Arizona, it may be different in your state. So keep that in mind. But here in the state of Arizona, it's title and escrow held together. But let's go through purchases. So contract is written, then they have to deposit an earnest money check, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So in traditional title and escrow, basically they would call up the buyer and say, hey, how do you want us to get your earnest money? Can we send a courier to pick up a check? If they're a little bit more tech savvy, they may have the ability to take a photo of the front and the back of the check, but not all title companies have that. So with Endpoint, we have made it much easier. We understand that people a lot of times don't even have checkbooks anymore. And so we have a process where they can sign on to our platform and they can digitally move money directly from their account to their earnest money account. So it's kind of like a Venmo transaction, and we use a secure backing, two-factor authentication, make sure that everything's within the platform, and they can do that in minutes. They can transfer their earnest money deposit over.
Nice.
So once, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, does every bank, credit unions, doesn't matter where the person banks, they can do this, right?
Yeah, so we use Plaid to back up this program, which is the same system that Venmo and PayPal and most online banking platforms use. And we're connected to over 10,000 banks and credit unions. So if they don't want to do digital earnest money deposit, we can still have them take a picture of the front and the back of the check. That's an option. They can wire the money in if they want to, and if they want to, we'll have a courier come pick it up. But we would prefer, and most people would prefer, to just do it electronically.
Yeah, perfect. And, fraud, right? That was the word of the month, past 3 months, 4 months, whatever year. Fraud is a big thing. So having a secure portal to do that and wire the money is super important. Not relying on your bank to, maybe mistype a digit or do something that could cost you thousands of dollars, literally cost you thousands of dollars. So
Well, yeah, and speaking to that as well, when everything that we do is within our platform, most of the time when fraud happens, it's because wiring instructions are being emailed and
Right.
they're being intercepted. So we don't use that, email transaction. We drop the wire instructions into the platform. We always make sure that the buyers and sellers know how to get logged on, how to do their earnest money deposit. We walk them through the process. But we want them to feel like their information is secure, and it is within our platform.
Nice. And the other thing too, when you're doing a purchase, not many people know this, they kind of just go with the realtor's recommendation or whatever, but you as a consumer, the end user, which is the most important thing here, you have the right to pick the title company. Most people are like, I don't really care, whatever, it's all the same kind of thing. It's not the same. So you can actually reach out to Tiffany, her group, call her, her number's there below her or whatever. Give her a call, reach out to her, or let your realtor know that you'd like to use Endpoint because you like the technology and the security that they offer for your transaction. Remember, this is the biggest transaction of your life, or one of the biggest anyways. Maybe you bought multiple homes, but why not do it securely and do it with some technology there. So, okay. So next thing, sorry, looking down at my notes. After they do the earnest money and all that, then they're going to get some documents in the mail, right? So how are you guys handling that, and maybe explain what those documents mean for the consumer?
Okay. So with traditional title and escrow, usually they're going to send out an opening packet to the client. They'll either mail it to them or they'll email it to them and ask them to print the information out, fill it out by hand, scan it, and send it back to them. So at Endpoint, we don't do that. We don't just mail out a packet or email out a packet. Because one thing to understand about traditional title and escrow is that the client is the real estate agent. The escrow officer wants to take really good care of the realtor, so they get return business from them. The buyers and sellers are not a priority for them. Well, at Endpoint, we've decided that we want to change that, and that we understand that real estate it's more of a concierge service. You need to be providing good service to the buyers and sellers, not just the agent. So we have created this platform where the buyer or seller can go in, digitally fill out any information that we need, answer some questions kind of in a TurboTax format, and then we go ahead and prepare the information from there. So we don't ever send them a packet of information. When we send them something that we need for them to do, we explain to them why we need them to do it, how long it'll take, and what they may need to complete that task. So for example, if we're asking them about homeowners insurance, we'll say you can either upload a copy of the estimate that you got from your homeowner's insurance agent, or you can fill out the information and then we'll give them a call and get a copy of your homeowner's insurance. So it's a lot easier for them. They don't have to fill out all those forms. A lot of people don't even have printers at home, access to scanners, things like that. So we make sure that they understand why we need that information, and then they don't have to call their agent and ask them. We did a lot of research when Endpoint was created, and we found out that buyers and sellers feel a lot of anxiety during the transaction with traditional title and escrow, and they feel bad when they have to reach out to their agent and ask them questions. They feel like they're bothering them.
Nice.
So we've eliminated that. We explain everything throughout the process, and we give them direct access to our closing team. If they have any questions, they can call us, they can email us, and then we have an in-app messenger they can use as well.
And the app is really, really user-friendly too.
Yeah.
It's not a complicated.
You can access it. No, not at all. You can access it from a desktop, or you can download the app to your phone. Every time that we need something to happen, we send out notifications by email. You can get text messages, you can get push notifications to your phone if you download the app. And we keep the agents updated on everything that's happening, and then we keep the buyers and sellers updated as well.
Nice. All right, cool. And all the contact information, once they get into the app, they can reach out to you straight from the app. They don't have to then go to email or some other thing. They can do it all right from the app, right?
Yes, correct.
All right, beautiful. Okay, so you remember, in a purchase transaction, you are going to get some documents throughout the process. So if you're confused about those documents, you can reach out to me or your agent or the title company. So you're going to have everybody at your disposal here, so to speak, on that. So that's really, really cool to keep everybody informed, because again, this is the biggest transaction of your life. This is huge. This is a big deal. This is your piece of the American pie, right? And you not being informed can create some anxiety, and we don't want that for sure. Okay, so I think you covered the push notifications. Let's talk about refinances real quick. Pretty much the same, I would imagine, right? Pretty much the same kind of process. Everything can be handled through the app. All that. What about vesting? So vesting on a refinance, some people want to do joint tenants with rights to survivorship. Some want to change it. Some want to do it as trust. Are you able to handle all that? And are they able to communicate to you how they want vesting done through the app?
Yeah, so when we ask them questions about, have you owned your property as part of an LLC? Is this an investment property? I mean, we just ask them all those questions so that when we see, okay, you're not a U.S. citizen, do we have to worry about FIRPTA? We have seasoned escrow officers, 25 years of experience, that know what questions to ask if it's outside of the app, even if they see something that indicates that we may have other paperwork that we need to get. So beautiful. They're very experienced. And the thing I tell people is, we have all the same experts that you would have in traditional title and escrow, but instead of collecting earnest money and, sending out earnest money receipts and scheduling notaries, they're doing things like clearing title and making sure that the property is vested correctly and closing your files on time. The important stuff that they need to be doing.
Right. So important. Okay, so let's talk about who backs you. Are you independently, or how does that work? Somebody's not going to be fearful of opening escrow with you, and then you shut your doors like some kind of .com bubble or something like that, right?
Yeah, and that's a good, valid question because we all know that there's a lot of companies that kind of come and go. We're actually backed by First American Title. And so they were the first title company in America, and they go back and forth between Fidelity as who's first and who's second as far as the largest. But 125 years of title and escrow experience behind us. And they really saw the need to have a digital solution when it comes to title and escrow. So Endpoint was created from that need, and then also just a lot of research about what can we do better with title and escrow. So we've been operational in Washington for the last 2 years. So we have, vetted a lot of the bugs out of everything and, really gotten our processes tuned in. We expanded to California, and then we started in... Sorry. We started in... that's okay. We started in Arizona in summer of 2020. So we are licensed in Texas. We'll be expanding there, and then from there, Florida, and then I believe Utah. But we will go national at some point. There's mine.
Hey, we're doing this from home. What are you going to, it happens. It's all good.
Exactly.
It's all good.
So,
okay.
We operate like a startup, which I love because we take feedback from real estate agents and customers and we implement it immediately.
Yep.
So we're constantly improving our practices and constantly improving, the process and make it even easier for people as we go on.
Got it. Hey, so talk to me about your fees and things like that too, because you guys got some unique approach, I guess. And also when talking about fees and things, let's talk about how you're handling the COVID, people who may be sensitive to the COVID situation that's out there. So talk to us a little bit about those two things, if you would, please.
Okay. So a lot of title and escrow companies, us included, we're not doing in-office signings right now because of COVID. We're just trying to keep our escrow officers and everyone as safe as we possibly can. So we're requiring that they either do a mobile notary, which is, we can send the notary anywhere that they need us to send them. Or we actually do offer remote online notary. And most of the time that works for the seller. It only works for the buyer if the lender approves that. So they just have to have access to audio-visual equipment, be able to confirm their identity with the notary, and they can sign their documents electronically and not have to meet with anyone. If we do send mobile notaries out, we have a $650 flat escrow fee, and that doesn't matter what price the home is. It's a $2 million or a $200,000 home, it's $650. That includes everything, including the mobile notaries. The only thing we can't bundle in that is a closing protection letter if the lender requires it, and that's $25.
Yeah, that's standard.
Other than that, Yeah, so you know exactly how much you're going to be paying, and it doesn't matter what the purchase price is. And we cover the cost of the notaries within that. And basically, we offer the same services. We just have technology enabling us to be more efficient. So we pass that savings on to the buyers and sellers.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I can say the $650 flat rate with the mobile notary included in that that's a good deal. That's a good deal, especially since the average loan size, 250, maybe 300,000, maybe even a little bit higher than that actually, for the average loan size, because title is based on loan size, not purchase price. So keep that in mind as well. But with that being said, the fees, as the loan amount goes up, so do the fees with title companies. So for them to have a flat rate, that's good. That's really good to include the mobile notary on top of that, because that's anywhere from $150, $155 to $175. I've seen as high as $250 even for a mobile notary. So it can get quite expensive for a mobile notary. So to have that included in there is fantastic. And I can tell you, even on a $100,000 loan, the escrow fee, cheapest I've seen is like $360, $350, somewhere in there. That's the cheapest I've seen. But then you add the mobile notary and things on there, you're up to that $650 anyway. So it does add up very, very quickly. So for you to have a flat fee on there is fantastic. All right, cool. So thank you for explaining all this to us and to the audience today. I really appreciate that. Do you have anything that you'd like to, maybe we didn't cover, or did I miss anything?
I think it's just important to note that, consumer expectations are changing drastically, especially since COVID. So for real estate agents, you want to stay relevant. You want to be providing good service from beginning to end of transaction. So the title company is very important, and everyone has relationships with escrow officers. I hear that all the time. I understand that. But the fact of the matter is to have your whole business be depending on one person. That escrow officer gets busy. They start handing things off to their assistant or the receptionist or whoever's available. And your clients are not getting consistent service. So 100% consistent service. Every time they come and work with Endpoint, we give them a great experience. So you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, my escrow officer actually went on vacation and the world fell apart. So
and that happens a lot.
It does. And we understand that people have relationships and we value relationships, but we're here to show people that you can have a relationship with Endpoint. We'll take great care of you and your clients, and you can always know that everything's being done. We're keeping up, we're doing everything we need to do. Everything's going to close on time. And if you need help or, need a human being, we're always there.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Tiffany, for helping to explain Endpoint and all the things that you guys do. Really appreciate that. Here, I'm going to end it right here, and kind of go from there. But hey, if you're looking to purchase or refinance, I didn't want to make this too long here, but hopefully you got some valuable information. And Tiffany was able to shed some light on as to what title is, how it works, and the technology that they're adopting to make the process easier and more secure for you. Because that's ultimately what we care about, is you, the consumer. If you're a realtor out there, you really need to check out Endpoint and how they can benefit you and make you look really good to your end user, the consumer, so you can get more referrals. And that's the name of the game in this business. So reach out to Endpoint, reach out to Tiffany. And if you're looking to purchase or refinance, you need a mortgage in the state of Arizona, reach out to me. Mortgage is not just a flip of the coin, easy for me to say. And we'll go ahead and end it with that. Everyone, happy house hunting. Take care, and we'll stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Take care.